Donnie here, and I want to talk about our sponsor for the Y-Bass podcast, Jim Dunlop MXR. Since 1965, Jim Dunlop has given us what we need with strings, picks, straps, and pedals. And not just any pedals, pedals for bassists, which not a lot of people do. They offer the bass synth, which I've used on the Kelly Clarkson cover with the Toadies. They've got a T-bass distortion chorus a la Peter Hook, the Dynacomp for compression, and all bass players need compression. What I use every day on the road is the Bass DI floor unit to give me that extra punch that my front-of-house engineer loves. When it comes to picks, my go-to is the 1mm flex to give me the attack that I need. Head over to jimdunlop.com and check out their massive variety of pedals, picks, and strings. They have it all at jimdunlop.com. I would like to thank our sponsors at Schecter Guitars, makers of fine guitars for over 50 years. They make a huge variety of guitars and basses, all high-quality builds with the best materials and pickups at a reasonable price. Of course, Schecter offers a rip-roaring selection of bass guitars, as are the Model T4 and the Corsair. And right now, Schecter is celebrating 50 years of craftsmanship, innovation, and tone with their 50th anniversary collection. Head on over to schecterguitars.com and check it all out. Again, that is schecterguitars.com. You'll love it. Hello, this is the Y-Bass podcast with Donivan Blair, and I'm Donivan Blair. Go figure. Hello, and welcome to the Y-Bass podcast with Donivan Blair. Today's episode is with Kira Roessler from Black Flag, and it's a barn burner for me. As soon as I started this podcast, she was one of the people that I wanted to get, and the fact that she agreed to do the podcast was incredible. She influenced the way I played, especially her work with Black Flag, and then after that with Dose, with Mike Watt from Firehose, and now she has her own solo career. And she just recently put out a record called Enigma under her own name, Kira. And it's just fantastic. So we discussed that, and hope you enjoy the episode. Hey, Kira, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic on this 4th of July.
4th of July it is.
4th of July it is. Yeah, I'm sure you'll probably hear it's daylight, and I think I'm already going to hear people throwing fucking fireworks.
Yeah, it's fine with me, except if it bugs my dogs, then that's a problem.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I appreciate you doing this. As soon as I started doing this, you were one of the first people I wanted. So it's...
well, why is that, Donovan?
Well, you've been a huge influence on me. And it's... Years ago, I started off as a finger player, and I liked to play faster. So I didn't think it could be done. Everybody said I was stupid for thinking that. Not my brother, of course, but then we came across Who's Got the 10.5, and I heard you doing it like, no, that's what I want to do.
Playing fast. I feel like I can play faster with my fingers than with a pick.
Yes, exactly.
Duh, it's two. Yeah. And now, because I'm getting older, my second finger has become the whole rest of my hand. So I kind of like flap just to give it a little support.
I think the same. I love playing with a pick, but I can't play. I can do fourths. It really hurts. I can try to do like eighth notes, but it's just so much easier to do this.
Yeah,
but
right.
It was such a mind blow whenever I got that record and I flipped it over and I saw you playing, and with your fingers, with the Rick, of course. Yeah. And it was just like, okay, well, I don't care what anyone says. I'm gonna do it. So you were my North Star on that, and we'll get into that in a bit. But where are you today?
I'm in my home.
Okay.
At Studio City, California. And it's 4th of July, as we pointed out, and my husband's in the other room relaxing and watching soccer. And I got two dogs, and they're hanging out. We just got back from grocery shopping.
You sound exactly like me, except it's my wife doing that. We just got back from grocery shopping. She's in the other room, and she's watching World Cup, or we're in between games right now. So we're waiting for the I guess, Brazil and Norway. And we're captain from Norway is also the captain of Arsenal. He's going against other Arsenal guys in Brazil. It's a big day in the Blair household. Anyway, we're not talking about the Blair household. We're talking about we're talking about you. So, here's the biggest question. Why bass?
Why bass? I started because my brother's prog rock band, the bass player, quit. And I suddenly realized that I could play with my brother if I started playing a different instrument. So this is 14 years old. So I pick up a bass and I start practicing like crazy because his prog rock band was, it was pretty intense music. Yeah. So I was doing scales and I was practicing really hard, and I was never really very good enough to just jump into that. But meanwhile, my brother got into punk rock. So we started our first punk rock band, Wax, with him playing drums, and it sort of felt like we were both a little bit starting from scratch with our very experienced guitar player writing the songs. So I basically sort of fell into it, like most of the things in my life, but when I fell into it, I kind of fell in love. I always wondered whether it was because I played piano from 6 to 11, and I'm left-handed. So I always wondered whether, since the bass line is in there, that it had a warmer connection to me. I don't know.
You're left-handed too?
I am, and I play right-handed. And I would tell anyone who started to play left-handed.
Yeah,
I don't think it's good. My right hand is just so damaged from playing with a drummer. But the thing is, playing with a drummer is the hard part, and this is the hard. What you do with your right hand is the hard part. So if you put that with your dominant hand, I think it would be better.
I agree with you. This is my dominant. Why do I want this to do this or this? Doesn't make sense.
No, I think you do.
You think the opposite. Oh,
I think you do.
Oh, I see. No, okay, I see.
I think that, but by all my trouble with my right hand is kind of because it's the weaker hand, and I'm trying to play really fast and hard for hours and hours and hours.
I think you're the only one that thinks that about you. Your right hand is so heavy.
I'm just saying the damage that it's done, I don't think it would have done on my left hand. I think I would have, when I first joined Black Flag, the first week, something popped in my hand while I was playing. Okay. And I said, "Excuse me, I'm going to go to UCLA," because I was going there, so I had medical from there. And I went to the emergency room at UCLA, and they put a splint on it and said, "Don't play for 6 weeks." Now, I was a girl, and I just joined Black Flag. I was going to take 6 weeks off. No. And you have to understand this personality if you think I was going to do that. So my right hand was a problem since that moment. Okay,
because I did see a lot of old pictures. You had a splint on your right hand. Is that right?
No.
Or was it?
I don't play with a splint. I play with gloves sometimes, but I don't play with a splint. No, the main thing during the touring and stuff is I would shove my hand in a bucket of ice the moment I got out, and I'd kind of carry it around like this when we weren't playing, and then I would be really strong when we play, because you can't look weak. You can't look weak with a bunch of boys. If you're a girl, you can't look weak.
You can't look weak with Bill Stevenson. You give him...
They're going to assume it's because I'm a girl, let's face it.
Well, yeah, but my God, you more than made up for anything. I think you definitely proved it, especially to my dumb ass, just listening to everything. But, so after you and your brother started the band, then what did you do from there?
So our first gig was at the Whiskey when I was 16, and we played a Sunday afternoon gig. Rodney on the Rocks organized gigs and Sundays, and we got him to put us on the bill. And then Wax didn't last very long. Paul got in the Screamers, so it was a keyboard band, which was more what he was, not a drummer. And Glenn, the guitar player, and I started another band, The Visitors, with the singer who his big claim to fame was that he was in one of the Devo videos. dancing, spazzing. He was called Spaz Attack. So that was his big claim to fame. And we had the Visitors for a little while, and then he didn't want to do it. And then we had a band called the Monsters that had Nicky Beat from the Weirdos in it, and had this other singer, Leroy. And we never played a gig. We played a couple of gigs with the Visitors, never played a gig with the Monsters. And then I had an all-girl band. I tried that, called Sex Sick, and that was really hard. All girls are really hard. And then I played in Twisted Roots, which was my brother's band. Okay. And we played a lot of gigs, and had a single out, and we did some stuff. And then I got a call from Henry saying, Chuck is out. Do you want to? No, I was in DC3. I was in DC3 playing with Dez.
Okay. Got it.
So I was playing at Dez, practicing at the Black Flag practice pad. And I got a call from Henry saying, Chuck is out. Do you want to be in the band? If you do, jam with them after your practice. Jam with Bill and Greg.
Wow.
So I hung around after practice one day. So those guys came in. I said, you guys want to jam? They didn't seem to know anything about it. But they were like, yeah, cool, we'll jam. So we jammed, and then they said, do you want to be in the band?
Wow.
And I said, I gotta finish school, so the only problem is you're gonna have to work around my school schedule. I mean, I'll take time off to tour, but it's gonna affect our schedule. And they said, okay, because I was 3 years into a 4-year degree, and I just couldn't see not finishing.
No. What was the degree?
Bachelor of Science in Economics, System Science, like engineering.
So
I wanted to do computers. I figured it was a good backup thing if my music life didn't work out. And I did. I worked in computers for 11 years after I got thrown out of Black Flag.
Yeah, I'm sure that's, well, I don't know if that sucked or if you were ready for that, or like, I'm done.
I knew it was happening, and nobody said anything, so that was it kind of sucked how it went down.
Sure.
But, I had gotten it to the point where I was about to finish school. I was ready to, commit more. But bands are like a marriage of 4 people, and I guess relationships don't. It wasn't my bass playing, I actually have been kicked out of a lot of bands, and it wasn't because of my bass playing.
Wow.
Yeah, not my own bands, but yeah.
Still fuck them.
Well, being a girl in a band with a bunch of guys, it's easy to say, oh, well, she's a girl, and it's easy to say you're a problem. I'm different. We are wired differently. It's not untrue. So I can't say, no, I'm not who you think I am. They know. Sure. They've been riding in a van with me. They know who I am. And I can be a bitch. I got 4 hours sleep for 2 years, Yeah. So all of it was true. I understood why it was happening. I didn't want it to happen, though, and it sucked, and I felt... But afterwards, I thought, someone would call and ask me to join the band. They never did.
Huh.
But I started a band with Mike. Dos.
Yeah, I saw you guys.
Did that for 30 years.
Yeah, it's great. I saw you in Dallas and met you. You signed my bass. I had gotten
what a nerd.
Oh my God. I'm so, just strap in, Kara.
Well, what's this thing about the Rickenbacker anyway?
Oh, yeah. This one was so stupid. I had gotten a free, pretty much from my college at the time, probably like a 72p.
Yeah.
But like a dumbass, I had painted it fucking purple and green. I don't know. You kind of looked at it and you were like, the fuck? But you were so nice, you didn't... I could tell by your eyes, and I think, you were like,
yeah,
oh,
my expressions usually give me away.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything. You signed it, My brother was laid up at the time. He'd been in a car wreck, and I showed him. He went, I can't believe you presented this to her. God, you're a fucking moron for doing this.
No,
but Dos was fantastic.
If you were as into the bass as it sounds like you were, it makes total sense. Those was a bass band, and you wanted to have a connection with, a bass player. And I don't think it's that weird. Mike Watt went up to James Worthy of the Lakers and got him to sign his bass.
Really?
Everybody else had basketballs and, jerseys, and he had a bass.
Well,
True
I had
story.
you sign my bass, and
A weird-looking green bass he had him sign.
Weird, really.
So there's a connection there.
I don't know. Well, I was fucking happy, and I couldn't believe, like, just watching Dos play. Watching you guys play was just incredible. It was just the two of you.
Bass wars.
It was, but it was me and my friend Mark, who's the bass player in this band, Tripping Daisy, and we were just blown away watching you guys. And fantastic
those are some
night.
hard parts.
Yeah. And, I mean, just seeing you guys sing and just going off of each other and what you were doing, it was, I'd never seen anything like that before. And how you pulled it off live was just pretty mind-blowing to us.
There was no, jamming. We had all parts written. It may sound like we're just noodling sometimes, but it's all pre-written.
I never thought that. Maybe other people did, but... What the fuck do they know?
What do they know? Right. Mm-hmm. Any of you out there, what do you know? Anyway.
What the fuck do you people know? Well,
but why Rickenbacker, Donovan?
I don't know. It's just, when I first started, I've said this a lot, my dad, I didn't want him to be a normal bass player. He turned me on to Yes, played me Chris Squire, so I was like, shit, I want to do that.
All right.
And I kept hearing bass tones. Exactly. That, then I heard Rush, and everything I loved about bass, I found out was a Rick, right?
Okay.
So then cue to getting 10.5, flipping it over and seeing and hearing the record, then seeing you play with it, like, okay, I just keep getting proven right that this is the best bass ever. I don't know if it's the look, but that's all I've seen you play.
It's not the best bass ever. I mean, I would argue that its sound has some issues. It's default sound. Yep. I think I was best served by swapping out the those things, and brass nut and brass bridge, and a lot of work had to be done.
You got to do a lot
to get it a little closer. Stock Rick has some problems, and I struggled a lot in Black Flag because it has two things. It has clack and it has low end, and you have to manage that clack so that it adds definition without it just sounding like clack. And that was hard. A Fender has more middle of the bass range to offer, so by swapping out the pickups, I would get a little more Fender sound. I think like slightly move it in to some mid range as well.
Wow! So
it's a great bass. Mm-hmm. The bass itself. And do you know what I play now?
Yes. I mean, I know. You please tell everyone. I have an idea, but I'm probably wrong.
I play, because Mike Watt had it built, a 3/4 scale based on a Rickenbacker. So the body is exactly a Rickenbacker at 3/4 scale, but he thinks that the headstock of the Rickenbacker is stupid because it has the tuning pegs on both sides. Yeah. So he put a Fender Telecaster headstock on it. So it doesn't look like any other bass in the world.
So Mike built it, or he had it built?
He had it built based on a design that he talked through with the guy, and I have two of them now.
Who makes them?
A guy named Mark Garza, Garz Guitars. There's a Garz Guitars. And he will make you one of these based on my design.
Nice.
If you wanted it. I call it my old lady bass. It's just easier to play. It's lighter. I'm 65 years old.
Wow.
Deal with it.
So you put, was it precision pickups or jazzes in the bricks?
I don't know what on it. To be fair, Mike did, but that was after Black Flag. Black Flag, they were stock.
Did you only
in Dos, we had some different pickups.
In Flag, on all those records, is that the Rick?
That's the Rick.
Okay. All right. Because figured as much and like listening to the sound of it. And you're right, it's the older ones, especially finger players, with the click, there's no good place to put our hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you have to do this a lot, and you have to manage that and figure out, well, where the fuck do I put my finger at? You know, you got.
Well, I took that thing off that was in your way, so I could move it.
Yeah. I can't stand those
And I
things.
played closer to the neck, which was bassier in Black Flag, and then with those I play with more definition further back, because I need the definition.
Do you still have any of those?
I have 2 of those.
Nice.
I have the one that was on tour with Black Flag that has a hole dug by just my middle finger up above the pick guard, because I would put my thumb on the pick guard and just playing the E string. Yeah. And so I've got that one, and then I have one that I bought during Dose. Actually, Mike found it on tour, and it was a reasonable price, so he picked it up. So I have 2 blue Rickenbackers. One of them is at one studio, my brother's studio, and one of them is my drummer's studio. They both get used. You know, they're gonna get used there. Here I play the babies. This is the second one that I had built when my blue one.
Oh, that is beautiful.
My blue one got stolen, and Mike had the guy immediately start building me a new one.
Wow,
again
that's
with
gorgeous.
The Telecaster headstock and the Rickenbacker body and design with the design with the neck going through, totally
That's
legit
beautiful.
Rickenbacker.
That is fucking beautiful. That
Yeah,
is
it's a
Gars
great-
Guitars. Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Here, you see, it's written up on here, Gars. I don't know if you could see it. It's kind of
G-A-R-Z.
G-A-R-Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask him to do the 2 and 2 because I'm a nerd.
What's the 2 and 2?
The 2 on either
Oh,
side.
the headstock. You're going to ask him to make a Rick headstock? I think he might. Yeah, he might. I think that the fact that he has that design, you know, saves him effort. So he offers. He told me anyway that he offers to make that design. I think I think it may be on his website.
Well, and you said you've got 2 blue ones, right?
I have 2 blue Rickenbackers. I have a blue short scale Gars, and I have a brown Gars.
It's the sun's coming in. You can't see my blue one. It's here to my right.
There it is.
Blue is always my favorite. I don't know if I can.
I'm playing with green right
there it
now.
is.
The reason I'm playing with green is because for my first solo record, it was all blue. It was all blue. You know, the blue hair, the blue bass, the blue. So I got out this other bass, and I went for some greens and some purples and stuff. So I'm just trying to separate from the blue a little bit because of that record, and during the gigs and everything, it was all very blue.
Well, speaking of new record, you've got another record coming out next week.
I do.
Called
July
Enigma.
10th.
So July 10th, everyone.
Yes.
And so I now listened to what the songs that are out yet. So explain that. So is that you doing everything? Is that you and 2 other people, or?
No, it's me and 2. It's a band. After my first record, we played some gigs. My brother playing piano, and this drummer, Dave Bach, who plays, he tours with the Avengers sometimes. He's a really good drummer because he has a very wide range. He can do punk rock really fast and then come and play really delicate parts with my weird music. So the 3 of us kind of developed a band sound. So for the new record, the whole thing was done differently. I wrote the second bass line, which was always part of how I write songs, but I gave it to Paul and let him, my brother, to put piano, any kind of part he wanted. Just that, here's an idea, do what you want. But what happens with my ideas is they help create the interplay. So the piano now gets interplay with me because he's basing it on this other bass. And then I go work with the drummer. So, but then we recorded it all live,
Nice.
which none of that happened in the first one, but the drummer and I were in the same room for all the songs, and Paul was there for 7 of them, and he did overdubs on the others. I sang the overdubs at my brother's studio, but at my drummer's studio, we recorded live because his drums are always set up there, and he's all set up and ready to record, and so we did it there, and we also, my guitar player, Glenn, from Wax and Visitors and Monsters, we've been doing virtual band and sending songs back and forth for 30 years, right? So he was on the first solo record, but we lost him a couple of years ago. So Enigma, the song, is about losing him, and 2 of the songs on the record we had demos of with him playing, so we recorded live to those demos guitar so we could have him on 2 songs, and so he appears on 2 of the songs on the record, and the record is basically dedicated to him. So
that's awesome.
That's what's going on in terms of straight. It sounds much more like a band, I think, because of all these things I'm describing. It was recorded live, and we had made it a band, and Paul's parts are more present, like they were when we did it live, because he was covering all the parts I couldn't cover, basically. So he got very involved in trying to pull in the most important parts that were on the record, whether it was the second bass line or a guitar thing. Or we had Glenn's parts, but it was all Glenn was the guitar player. We had all virtual for the first record, sending files back around. We've been doing it for so long, it was just felt totally natural, but we were never in the same room, including my drummer and I. Paul and I we produced it together, and I sang there to get. I've just gotten a point where I can get good vocals there with him, if it's just comfortable to sing there. So sure,
and it's so vulnerable to do that. But if you're with your brother,
I don't know what it is. Because my drummer has offered to do the singing. It's just like I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
It's like you get used to something and you can still do it there. Then why? Don't mess with something that's not broken. Like you know what I mean.
And of course, in Texan, how we say things: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
My husband is from Dallas.
So he knows.
So we'd say that all the time.
Yeah. My mom said that.
We talk Texas. Because he still has his accent, and he's still
really.
He was he grew up there completely. He was got married, had a whole life there, so he hasn't lost that accent, and he also has the speak. The colloquial terms, that are used there.
Does he, whenever he says he's going to get a Coke, does he go get a Pepsi? Does he call all of them a Coke, like the rest of us?
I don't.
He might not. He might have gotten rid of that.
He's very discerning about what he likes in cola products. So
okay, we grew up calling everything Coke. Yeah, all Texans do.
That makes sense.
You want a Coke? Yeah, give me a Dr. Pepper. That. So.
There you go.
I
hear you. It's like a soda. We would say soda.
Exactly, and we called all of it a Coke. Yeah. It's just what it is. But.
Dude. Texans are weird, let's face it. He's a weird guy. You're a weird guy. Yeah. It's okay.
Hey, I'm fucking here for it. Yeah,
Fry
trust me.
Your freak flannel.
No one is going to argue with you on that one, Kira. They're going to go, oh, yeah, he's a fucking weird guy. Being a Texan's a big part of it. But it's the same thing. It's what I love about the record, like the new record, is just it's still your right hand. Your right hand is heavy as hell on it.
Oh yeah, the parts are simpler, and it's not as fast, obviously, because I'm really about trying to make you feel the feelings that I'm expressing, right? So I'm really trying to create a mood, if you will, on all the songs. And for me, that's with the bass and the vocal line, So I feel like by doing that, I can tell you something that you may have not been through the same thing, but you're gonna go, I know that feeling. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, and I can hear it also when you're singing too. I love your singing voice,
Thank you.
And it's just what you're saying. And like I said, just the 2 songs that I've heard so far. I can't wait to get the rest of it. I'm sure everyone
You're
can
coming
as
to the
well.
listening party?
No.
Well, you got to work or something?
I'm in it. Well, probably will be.
Yeah.
I leave Wednesday for more dates. So,
Okay.
but
I'm
in Amarillo, and I don't, and I also don't want to bullshit and go.
It's online.
Oh, it's online.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm so social media. It's online and we just chat. And we just
I'm
chat
not.
about the record while it's playing. And you can go
Really?
like, that song is not as good as this song. Yeah.
Wait, when is? All right, then let's talk about this.
It's
When is it?
Tuesday, July 7th at 3 p.m. PST.
All right, then that's 5 o'clock. Then I can do that. All right.
All you got to do is the RSVP will take you through you get a free Bandcamp account. It's free just to get a fan account. And then you can go. There's no money. There's no, it's online. Well, it's funny because I just made a video to put online because there's some confusion. Like people see party and so I have a video where I'm explaining it all and saying, there's been some confusion. Anyway, so I'm going to put that out tomorrow probably.
That makes more sense. Yes, I can do that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant come to Studio City.
No, I did not mean that.
I can't.
No, I don't want to see anybody, and nobody wants to see me. Right?
No one wants. You don't want to see all these fucking weirdos who are going to just ask dumb, stupid questions.
The point of the listening party is to just listen to the record together, and to create maybe a little community for a moment.
Sure. Well, all right. I've got one more weird question.
Weird?
Of course, a nerd question.
Okay.
I got a nerd
One
question.
more nerd question.
And then you're free from my ass, from the Y-Bass show, okay? Amps. This is what I was always wondering about, like amps, when you guys back then. What were you using?
So I was using basically a power amp, a 600-watt power amp with a preamp, a Yamaha preamp.
Wow.
And then I had a 612 and 215 cabinets.
All right, why power amps? Why that whole thing?
Because Greg decided that's what we should play. In Black Flag, I was a not hired gun, if you will. I did what I was told. I knew that. I was joining a band that was already had a way of rolling and had people in charge, and I knew that. And he got one too. We got a same setup, and it was just we were just getting geared up for the tours. We did a lot of touring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did. Well, I think whenever we met our friend, the guys and all of that years ago, they were still using power amps and that stuff as well. So I didn't know that back then,
I think the thought was that Greg's an engineer, so he's thinking the clean power amp, completely dedicated to generating power, made more sense to him, the engineer, the techie guy.
Sure. Makes sense.
The Yamaha preamp had enough, control that I thought I could do stuff. I got a lot of complaints from him and others about the sound of the Rickenbacker. It's funny. They complained about it so much, and then they bought this Alembic and made me play it. And after a little while, they were just like, "We want you to go back to the." Rickenbacker has way more low end than this Alembic did. It sounded more mid-rangey. You got it.
Yeah, but it's like, well, I thought you didn't like it. I guess I was right, wasn't I?
Look, there were problems. I could say that it could be like we talked about. It could be mushy in the low end if you didn't get the clack going enough, and if you got too much clack, then it could be clacky. It was difficult to get the right balance at every show. Our sound guy had to work at it, and we were, But man, we fucking did sound check every time. We were carrying our own PA system. We were putting the work in to get it's a pretty powerful sound.
I'm sure, and that makes sense. I didn't know if you guys had done that as well with the power amps and all of that.
So in DOS,
Yeah.
I was using a Traveler, Eden Traveler. Now I'm using a Mark bass. They're both by Eden,
Okay.
the company. And I use 210 cabinets, much more clarity.
Yeah, and lighter too.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
the other thing, was trying to make it so that we could play gigs without, me killing myself or...
You have gigs coming up though?
I have this feeling that they're going to be coming up, but there is nothing scheduled. I just have this feeling because I've been talking about how open I am. I'm more open than ever to do some shows, to even tour maybe, some. I just, like with a lot of things, it's going to have to sort of fall into my lap. Some magic's going to happen. Some play with somebody, something's got to happen because my life is like that. Something kind of falls my way. I'm really lucky that way. I don't know how I would get on a gig, somebody else's gig, without it kind of happening. The first time, literally, a nice club in LA contacted me and said, "Do you want to play a show?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And we had a great show at Zebulon, LA, which is a cool club. But and then we played a few other shows. But the guys are super busy too, and so I'm not sure how much Paul can do. I might have to get another bass player. So we just do, the other bass player plays the two bass part, the piano part, and with the drummer. Whatever.
Nice.
I'll play the tapes. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. What I'm saying is the willingness is high. I'm just not sure how it's going to happen.
You're not gonna, and you don't have to go out and go, "Hey, can I go get a gig?" I think you're past that shit.
I'm not gonna crawl in a van and I'm just waiting. I'd love to, go with someone.
Sure.
So it was, I don't draw a lot. Dose never drew a lot of people. My weird music isn't for everybody. I know that. So it would help if I played with somebody else who was playing weird music.
Sure.
So we'll see.
I hope so. I think so.
I think so too. I think all of us here have said to each other, "Oh, we're going to end up playing live." I even put together a set, a faux set, like, well, if we end up doing a show, maybe we'll play like this set.
Yeah.
Because I needed to put in songs from the first record, songs from the second record, and then we've made a bunch of songs since then, because we keep doing this. It happens whether there's a record or not. And I like some of the new stuff a lot, so I'm going to put a couple of those on the set list. So.
Awesome. Yeah. I think once it's out, I'm sure people like myself as well are going to get it. But someone else out there has availability to book, they're going to go, "Oh, this would be fucking great to do with this," or, you know what I mean? Or
I don't know. Do you get an agent?
I know. No.
Look, you see what I mean. Something's going to have to happen. But I'm out there. I'm on socials. I'm much more out there than ever before. So.
How can people find you on the socials?
Kira_bass player on Insta, and Kira Roessler, Roessler, on Facebook.
Perfect. Well, everybody heard it here. Okay. So
you heard it here.
You heard it, people.
And you can hear the record on the 7th at the listening party.
Exactly.
Anybody can.
Anyone can. You don't have to fly to Studio City.
You don't have to fly. You don't have to spend any money. If you're working, I understand. Because I'm working and I'm going to have to take a little time out of work. It's hard. I get it. But if you're not working, it could be fun.
Well,
like
again,
you said, you could chat and say how much you hate the songs right while they're happening, and I will see it. It'll be so fun.
I know. Fuck. Hey, if someone does that, fuck them. But,
No, that's the whole point, is to react. I want to see reactions.
You're right.
It's okay. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anyone, man.
Fuck no. All that you've done, fuck these people.
I am not scared.
I think.
You can't hurt my feelings. Now, you probably can hurt my feelings. There are certain things that might hurt my feelings. Just don't shit on those songs, okay?
Yeah, don't go for it, people. But just, I don't think anyone will. I loved what I heard.
I think it's a great record. I think it sounds good. I think the emotions draw you in, and I hope other people like it. Yeah, it was.
I think they will.
Org Music, who's putting it out, have been really cool and helping me get some interviews and get out there a little bit. And the vinyl's purple. Yeah.
Oh, rad. No shit. Nice.
The vinyl's purple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for doing this. This is right when I started this, like, that would be amazing if you would have done this, and now you have. And so you answered all of my nerd questions.
And now you can start a new list of questions, and we'll do it again sometime.
I'm fucking going to. Just trust me.
Yeah.
I will pester you for more questions.
Okay.
If you'll be on, I got questions for you.
I will do it
But seriously,
again.
this has been amazing to have you on, Kira. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for doing it.
Take care of everybody.
Bye-bye. Well, that was Kira. I can't believe that I actually got to have her on. That was fantastic. I think she answered a lot of my stupid nerd questions, which, being a little selfish, that's what I get to do. It's why I like to have this show, is kind of have people on and ask them what I've always wanted to ask them, and I have the forum to do it. So I kind of just wanted to know why she picked it up in the first place, especially being in a band like Black Flag with three amazing musicians like Bill, Greg Ginn, Henry. I think she was able to stand up with them completely. I've never thought of, I know she says something about being a girl. I never thought about that at all in the band. I just thought she was one of them, equally talented, equally respectful, and I looked at all of them as titans, and she's along with them. She said something after the interview that she likes to speak with her left hand. The notes kind of tell her story. And I said, well, I think your right hand tells the story for me. It always has. So that's just how I look at it, is her right hand is so heavy and even. And it's just kind of what I always wanted my right hand to be. I don't tell the story with my left, tell it with my right. So either that makes sense or it doesn't, I don't know. But regardless, it was just a great interview, and I was just really lucky to have her. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And I want to have a nice shout out to our sponsors at Jim Dunlop. You can check them out at jimdunlop.com to get everything you need to go. Straps, pedals. I've got so much of their stuff. It's just incredible, and it helps me. I've always been using it for years and couldn't do it without them. And Schecter Guitars. Both of these companies keep the podcast going, and couldn't do it without them, and we appreciate them. So hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time.